Hey guys, we're making a video of our caravan so people can get an idea of what we're selling. So my name's Chris, my wife Kim. Hey Kimmy.
Hey.
This is me, Chris. Hey. So what we're selling is our Avan Erin 2004. And we've got a few bits and pieces we wanted to show you. So the background is we've owned it for 2 years. When we bought it, it wasn't in really good condition, it was in average condition. So I started by doing things up and adding things and cleaning it all up to make it, I suppose, nice and presentable. So one of the things we've done is we've put a dual gas bottle system on the front. We've got a trailer lock here so it don't get stolen. We've got here, I put a level on there so when you're setting it up, we've got a 8mm cable right through to the battery. I'll give you a shot of the compliance plate. So we've got the compliance plate there. I think it tears at 1150, I can't read it here. We've got a secondary brake controller in here so that if you hook it up to a car without a brake controller, you just join this plug here together. This one here plugs into there and it makes it work off that controller in there. So you don't necessarily need a brake controller in your vehicle, but you do have to get your braking calibration right on that controller. Some of the things we did was we upgraded all of the lights on the whole van to LED. We replaced these buckles here with nice white ones that don't rust. The other ones are all rusty. We put all new decals right around the van, right around each side. We cut and polished it. Yeah, we've got a fan in here for the fridge, so you can turn that on there. There's a little fan, it just pushes the warmth out in the hot weather. We've replaced the 2 vents there, but they went yellow pretty quick. I was a bit disappointed. We've replaced the struts up the top because there's solar on the roof. So I upped them from 400 Newton meters, I think it is, to 500 Newton meters. And so what have we got? I can show you LED lights. That LED light in there. We've put a side table on the side here, which folds up when you're not travelling. When you're travelling, and we've got USB ports and a light that's under here. You can turn a light on somewhere under there. There's a light switch. We've got a switch I put in here, which you turn on there, and it gives you lights across the top here. So you don't see the light, but it illuminates off of all of the awning here. Now the awning is 2-year-old brand new, so there's no problem with that. Now we've got speakers which hook on with those, what do you call those things, honey? Carabiner clips, and they just plug into a plug here. So you unplug that like that and unhook your carabiner, and we store them under the bed. We've got 2 12-volt cigarette lighter plugs there. We've got another, I think it's dual USB there. And we've got a subwoofer there, because obviously I like my music. And that just plugs into this plug here and plugs into there. The amps are in the van. I'll show you those as we go around. There's 2 amps. There's one for the subwoofer and there's one for the 2 speakers, but we'll get to that. And when I walk around here, we've got a telescopic, I think it's 4 meter pole, and we have the TV aerial on there, and we have that floodlight on there, and that shines on the whole camp at night. It's awesome. And the TV aerial, it all wraps up and clamps into here, and there's a padlock for it so it can't get stolen. There's a toolbox on the back, or carrying thing on the back, what do you want to call it. It's really good. This is new. The LED lights on the back are new. All the decals on the back are new. I'll just take a step back a bit. So that's the back view of the van. It's got an air conditioner, or what do you call it, reverse cycle. 2000 watt or 2200 watt air conditioner and heater, and we've used it. And it works very well. I've had it all apart, cleaned it all out, serviced it. So there's no drama there. So in the back here, we have a battery that's 12 months old, and we have a 100 amp circuit breaker, which means when you push this button, it disables everything in the van. So when you're finished, you can be guaranteed you're not going to have a flat battery. The only thing that doesn't run through here is the solar. The solar still charges it. These two switches here, they turn the 2 amps on, so down's always off in my book in a situation like this, because you don't want to have it up and then knock it. So down, there's a light switch here, which has a light under there for when you get there late at night. And then around here we have the, I'll show you the hot water service. We have a hot water service here. Do you want to film this, honey? Maybe if you film and I talk. How's that looking?
Good.
So there's an old school hot water service in here. So it's all plumbed into the gas bottles on the van. I've done it all, but it's all done to a standard. My background's mechanic of 45 years, so I'm pretty all over this sort of gear. It's old school, but it works. It's had I put another thermocoupler in it, but other than that, it hasn't given us any trouble. We've written some basic instructions to help people understand it. So yeah, that there is instantaneous hot water. So as soon as you turn on anything that's on the hot side, it'll light up and you'll have hot water. So now what else can I tell you? Down here we have all the water that comes from the pump system, but we'll walk down and start at the other end. So we have a suction line which you just biff into the river, and this is all hooked up with Anderson plugs. Here there's a dual Anderson plug set up there, so because this pump draws, I think it's 17 amps, pumps 21 litres a minute. I put the battery there because these cables would only carry about 8 or 10 amps, so it would be insufficient for the pump. So this here gives it the amperage it needs when it's being used, and at the same time it keeps this battery charged. But you don't need to have this from the caravan, but I just do it because I've got the leads. So the water starts there as cold water, up this 18mm pipe, comes along here, and goes into the inlet manifold here, through this one here. And you can see it's on about 70 psi, which is good. And then it goes up into here into the hot water service and comes back out here as hot water. So just to sort of show you, when I turn this one here, we should have water. There you go, plenty of water pressure. So we go in there and out there. So what I do is I have one cold going off here to the shower, one hot going off for the shower, and then another hot going to a tap, which we'll show you, which we use for washing up dishes. You get the hot water coming through, and you can get all the grease off. Just makes doing the dishes much easier. So in here we have a shower. Oh, the kids have been in here, look. Mm-hmm. So our shower there, you put your hot on like that. Oh, the kids have really fiddled with everything, haven't they? There's your shower, and then that's set to above about 45 degrees, and you just add a bit of cold air as you need it to get your temperature right. And it's really awesome. Nothing like clean bits when you're camping. And we've got a light in here, which is a sensor light. So as soon as you walk in, it senses you're on, and you've got light while you're at night. And that's our cup over here. So yeah, if you're doing dishes or whatever you want to do, you run your water here and that gets hot, fill things up.
Show you inside.
Do you want to show them there?
Give you a quick look inside.
So I've replaced things like this where it was water damaged. All these strips are all new. They were all hard and brittle. Not water damaged, sun damaged. Everything was hard and brittle. So we've replaced those sorts of things around the van to make it usable again. So in here we've put this on the door, so you can just, you know, up and down as you wish, which we use all the time. We've replaced the door lock. The whole door lock mechanism is brand new because the handle of these are common to break here apparently. So we've got still got the matching key with the barrel, but we put a new door lock mechanism. That all works there. We've got 240 here, which is bolted, which works from a 1000 watt inverter, which is around here. There's a 1000 watt inverter in here. Now I just plug from the caravan 240 volt in. Got a 15 amp one made up. Just patch it across to a 240 out there, and it just gives you 240 in the van at 1000 watts. We find that's enough to run a toaster. It's enough to run the 30 watt floodlight up the top. And it's enough to, what else we run off of the TV? And it runs a little mixing box I've got under the bed with the 2 amps. So inside we've put a toothbrush holder there. We have a fire extinguisher. We've got all the keys, there's not a key missing. Stove works fine. We've never used a griller. We don't cook inside, we cook outside, and we're upgrading to a hybrid type van where we can cook outside. So we took the table out to give us more room in here. We still have the table. We just found with